Building a home office setup is awesome. Building a home office setup from scratch
Nope, I'm second guessing myself again.
is a bit overwhelming.
I've been in this space for like, I don't know, almost 3 months now, but I've been planning this space since 2022. Like, it's been years that I've known that this was gonna be my home office. I spent so much time like in preparation while the house was being built, then just kind of like designing and planning this area. Then I get in here and I just feel like I just was at a standstill, like just standing here, like 11 p.m., just standing in my office looking around. So I need to make some things happen here. Now, I think for the most part, I have this layout kind of figured out to an extent. There's really only so much you can do, but I don't know. There's all these things. I think when you're starting from scratch can get a little overwhelming because it's that process of elimination of figuring out what works and what doesn't. But the issue is you have so many different things that you can possibly do. Like, I came into this space and it's just white walls. So, where do I put texture? Where do I change the color of the wall? What do I put on this wall? There's so many different things. I need to get the ball rolling, and I feel like I can slowly tie everything in together.
This is one of my favorite things to do when I'm trying to rearrange my office or set up something completely new. It's just moving things around and trying out every single angle or corner of a room. No matter how stupid it looks, I just want to try it out and kind of use the process of elimination. And sometimes I have some pretty good luck.
So this is kind of a reoccurring thing that I do. I move a piece of furniture to another side of the office just to see how it fits. And then I move it back, and then I'm just trying to like figure out what makes the most sense. But I think I'm obsessing too much over the perfect areas to place these items. I think I should just set them how they're working for me and then build around that. That seems to be maybe something that's gonna be helpful for me. I think one of the things I'm struggling with now is I was so set on not bringing anything from the old home office to the new home office. I wanted to do like a completely new setup. Then as I get in here, I start like setting things in that I had, like this black bookshelf I had in my old home office at one point. And now I'm like looking at it and I'm trying to figure out, well, what can I replace this with? Or what's a better option for this and that? I think it's easy when you get into a new space to just want to do everything new. And that's great because, it's exciting, it's new. But at the same time, it can get overwhelming because now you feel like you have to replace it all, even though, the piece that you got for the old space, which you got because you like what it looks like, you think it adds, a great look to your home office, you all of a sudden are trying to like justify not using that because it's not good enough. And I think I need to kind of like chill out a little bit and realize that it's okay to keep some of that stuff here. I hate it. It's not good. It's not gonna work out for me. I like it. I like the way that it's sitting back there, but the problem is now my back is completely to the door and I just don't like that. Sometimes, my wife comes home from work and I don't know, and if I'm listening to music and she says hello, I have a heart attack. It's just, I don't need that in my life. So I'm running out of options here, but I think I might have a solution here that's going to kind of be the best of both worlds, but it's gonna create a lot of work for me.
After moving this desk around for what seemed like hours, I realized maybe it was something I was trying to avoid that is causing some of these issues.
Step one, cut this down to 60 inches. 60 inches is the size of desk that I ideally wanted in this space. It's the size desk that I've been using in all of my mock-ups while trying to design and come up with ideas for here. When I bought this, it was 72 inches long. I planned to cut it down to 60, and then when I put it in here, I was like, I'm just gonna leave it. That came with all sorts of issues. I think some of the issues that I'm having with all of just the arrangement of everything, so cut it down to 60. So that's part one. Part two, seeing how it looks facing the other way versus that way. All right, I love this. I like the fact that I have the wall back here. I have this bookshelf. It would look really nice for filming. The problem is my TV's here. This workbench is here. I could, in theory, move that over, but then to have a solid viewing angle of the TV, I'd have to push it kind of over there, and I don't want it to be too close to the door, because in my last home office, you could see all the cables and everything coming out from the TV, and I don't want that again. I don't think that makes sense. This entire video has basically just been me doing one thing and then just totally doing the opposite. Day two of kind of making sense of all of this, and I just realized I think I just spent maybe 7 minutes of this video, wherever you're at right now in this video, all to just move my desk back to where it was before and cut it down by 12 inches. But at least we're getting somewhere. All right, now I feel like this is just not working out. I don't think the L-shaped desk is really functional. I think it just kind of gets in the way, and the idea of it I like, but I don't think it's going to serve its purpose. So for the sake of my sanity and just kind of moving forward, I think I'm gonna put this honestly in my garage. So I think maybe the best thing for me to do here is just to get rid of that, get that out of my office so I don't have to think about it. The desk here I think is set. I don't know if I'm gonna do a desk shelf or not. I like the desk shelf, but then I don't like it sometimes. I always find myself using a desk shelf for a few months and then taking it off. So maybe I'm just gonna keep everything flat, even though it would probably help tidy things up here. But the idea is to try to keep this desk as clean as possible at all times. Back here, I think I'm going to do some sort of storage cabinet and then kind of dress the back with maybe some photos or maybe some shelves with random memorabilia. I don't know. I just need this area to look as nice as possible, because for the most part, you're gonna see a lot of this in my YouTube videos. This is gonna be where I mainly shoot all of my talking head setups. Next up, I really need to just finish this desk up, at least for now. I don't think I'm gonna get the studio display. I keep going back and forth on it. I really want it, but I just don't know if it's worth it. I know it would look awesome, but is it actually, the best use for the space, for my money, everything? I just don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna get it. I'm probably not.
Okay, yeah, I ended up picking up the studio display. Was it overkill? Maybe a little bit, but I always told myself when I got into this new home office, I think it was going to finally be the time to pick this thing up. Not only is it going to look amazing on this desk, but I think it's going to pair really well with my Mac workflow.
I just feel like this is going to look really good on the desk, especially since I've decided to keep my desk open where you can see the back of it. I don't know what else I'll do to this desk yet, but I think just the fact that I was able to kind of solidify the fact that this desk is best placed here along this window is a win for me. I know most of you watching this video, you probably spent 8 minutes or however long this video is watching me move the desk from one spot into a giant circle and then just cut it in half and put it back to where it was. I think at the end of the day, what's going on is I've set too many unrealistic expectations of what this home office needs to be right out of the gate. Like, I was in my old home office in that house for 6 years, and I've been in here for 3 months. So for me to just assume that this place is going to be totally perfect and dialed in at that point just doesn't make sense. One of the coolest things about having your own home office is just the fact that you can add to it over time, building it piece by piece as, different seasons of life change, and, you have work accomplishments and things happen in your life that you can kind of display in that office. That stuff comes over time. So I think where I'm at now with this home office, it's kind of coming together, and I think I have a little more clarity on which direction I want to move forward with. That's where I'm going to end this video here. I still have a lot to do to this place. There are a lot of projects I have in mind, but if you did enjoy this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Hit me up in the comments and say hello. Let me know your thoughts on just the overall placement of the desk and your thoughts on the studio display. If you love it, if you hate it, I don't care. Let me know in the comments. But until then, I'll see you all in the next video. Later.